Let's talk about how to have success attending conferences as a note investor. So I am fresh off of the Diversified Mortgage Expo in Nashville earlier this June. So I'm going to share some things that worked for me attending this conference to find success. If your goal is to find new product available for sale, buying mortgage notes, looking for partners, or other aspects of the note industry, you can find success by attending conferences and networking. So the first step, of course, is preparation. And choosing the conference that you attend is going to be the first and most important step. As I mentioned, I attended the DME, or the Diversified Mortgage Expo. There's going to be another DME next June, also in Nashville, that you can definitely attend. But there's also Note Expo in Texas, Paper Source in Las Vegas, a bunch of events with IMN and the Mortgage Bankers Association. So definitely check all of these different events out when deciding your schedule for the year of conference networking. Next is to come prepared and hone your professional image. So we brought a lot of stuff to the event, including these hats for our members. So when we meet new members, we are able to give them these hats to spread the word. We also brought folders with deal flow, flyers, completed sales so they can see what type of market opportunities are out there. And we even shared some M&Ms branded with our logo. So a bunch of great stuff to enhance our professional image. So next is to learn the lingo, and you can find that in the FIXnotes free course glossary. There's a lot of things that note investors say that if you're a little bit confused by, you might not be able to keep up with conversations and essentially create those networks and those connections that you can use going forward. So definitely brush up on the lingo in our free course. And then finally, for advanced note buyers, bring a solid vetting package. If you're meeting bankers, for example, at the Mortgage Bankers Association, you need to make sure that your vetting package is tight. And I have a lot of information about that in our course, which I'll share with you at the end of this video. All right, so just to show you what our conference setup looked like at the end of the day, here is our booth. We've got an iPad set up with a non-disclosure agreement. We've got our iMac here with the slides rotating, the pile of M&Ms, the folders, and essentially, even if I'm not attending, if I'm not standing behind the booth here, people can stop by, see the slides flipping through, and see this sign to take a folder so they know what to do to have that call to action. All right, let's talk about a couple more things regarding conference conversions. First thing, identify key counterparties. You're gonna have a list before you attend the event. From most of these conference organizers, they put out a list of all the companies that are sponsoring and attending. So you can start to hone in on those companies to see which would fit your needs as far as buying notes or selling notes or partnering with these different clients. Next is who has the access to product. When you're meeting people, keep an eye on the business card, their title. Now, a lot of titles like portfolio manager or distressed assets or special assets, there's these different titles that represent decision makers at these banks. Of course, you want to shoot high and talk to the principals of these businesses as best you can. But second to that is working with these distressed asset managers who may sell non-performing loans or be liquidating portfolio opportunities that you could potentially capitalize on. Next is to create content. Capture the moment. When you're at these events, it's a limited time opportunity to create some social media content, to create some additional imagery and video that you can use in your marketing efforts when you get back home from the event. And then finally, when you get back home from the event, post-event follow-up is so important. Doing that online with socials and email follow-up. On the phone, calling the people you've collected business cards from. And finally, in person, if you're able to meet these different contacts face-to-face, that can sometimes be the most effective way to achieve your goals of either buying mortgage notes, selling notes, or creating partnerships. All right, so here's a little content that I put together at the beginning of the event. This was the initial standing of the new investors, and we went up through from 0 assets up to 100 or more assets, and different members of the group stood up or sat down based on their level of experience. All right, so conference success. First of all, your reputation precedes you. All of that marketing that you do before the event and after the event will carry on to your future events so that people have a better recognition of your brand and your name going into an event. So capture that content so that your reputation can be enhanced over the course of the year. Next is to maximize your conversions with a couple of steps here. Have mutual connectors introduce you. This is probably the best way to meet new contacts if you have that warm intro with somebody you've already done business with or you're familiar with, introducing you to people who might be useful for the future of your goals and meeting those goals. And next is to have complete authenticity. Don't be fake, don't be needy. Buyers, sellers, they can smell that from a mile away. You're not going to be partnering with people if you come across as needy. So maximize that authenticity. And then finally, do what you say you're going to do. If you're at an event, you're talking about something that you're going to send them later that night or once the event is concluded, send that email. Make sure they receive what you've been talking about so you can show yourself as a person of integrity that follows through, that has a strong reputation. And that is absolutely critical. All right, so finally, track your results because what is measured is improved. You're not going to be able to maximize your elevator pitch, for example, if you're not tracking the people that you're talking to and then the conversions that happen as a result of those new contacts. So make sure you use a CRM platform. We like to use Podio for that purpose to make sure that you are tracking everything that you're doing at these events so you can improve for the next year. And that wraps it up. Please check out How to Invest in Mortgage Notes, our free course for a whole bunch of information, including that glossary of the lingo you need to understand as a note investor. And then finally, our latest course, Secrets to Sourcing. This is a masterclass course for mastermind members only. And there is a ton of content in this course for strategizing your conference success so that you can meet your goals when you attend these events with the best prep during the conference activities and then post-conference activities to find new opportunities to buy mortgage notes for sale. And that is it for this video. Please join us for the next one on the FIXnotes channel. Leave a comment with any questions at all. I'd be happy to help you maximize your success in the secondary mortgage market. Have a good one.